Hi, we outside. Ooh, look at the beautiful water. Yeah, we outside. If you're here, then most likely there is a message for you in this video or in some video I've put out at this point. And before I get into it, I want to first say thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented. You are helping to uplift my prayer, which is to be a light in this world. And you are also helping these videos to reach the people who need them most. Much gratitude. Have you heard the scripture, God prepares a table for me in the presence of my enemies? And I'll speak for myself. Often I have received that prescription. Ooh, there's no accidents. Prescription, medicine. Ooh, I've received that scripture from the perspective of God is preparing the table for me in the presence of my enemies. But recently I've been reflecting on, what if I'm the enemy and I'm watching the table be prepared? If you've lived any life, then most likely, whether you recognize it or accept it or not, you are the enemy in someone's story. You are the villain. You are the antagonist. And that is whether you accept it or not, whether it is warranted or not, you are. Someone sees you as the enemy that the table is being prepared for them in front of you. That is not something to be ashamed of, to shy away from. Embrace it and acknowledge it, and honor the fact that at some point, whether warranted or not, you are the villain. For the times that it was possibly warranted, I hope that you learned a lesson from it. I hope that the experience of being the villain in someone's story grew you, and you learned to become a better version of yourself in that area of life. For the times when you've been the villain and it has not been warranted, it is based off someone's perspective or past experience that has placed you as the villain in a story that is unwarranted, I hope that you grow and learn from that as well. Because the reality is, to be human is to be imperfect. And the times when you've been the enemy that the table is being prepared in front of, How did that work out for you? How did it play out for you? So I'll share with you when I've been the enemy and I've seen someone else's table being prepared in front of me. I realized that it was not about them and I was not the enemy. I put myself in the position of the enemy. And I was coveting what was for them because it was their season and it was not mine. That's one of the lessons I've learned. One of the greatest lessons that we can learn from life is acceptance. And acceptance doesn't mean that you lay down on the road and die and you just let life roll over you. No. Acceptance means that you are aware of where you are, the role that you're playing, and you work with the hand that you're dealt. You accept the cards that you are dealt and you play them to the best of your ability. And if it is a season that you lose in, that you grow to accept the lesson that is in it. That's what acceptance is. Acceptance is not rolling over and laying in the road and letting life roll over you, or letting people roll over you, or letting the circumstances that are now roll over you, or letting the things that happen to you roll over you. It's embracing it, pulling it in close, learning as much as you can from it so that it dissolves. Because when we don't accept, we prolong our suffering. We attract more of what it is that we refuse to accept. We strip ourselves of the opportunity to learn and to grow from it. I've learned this throughout the years, through loss of relationships, of perceived opportunities, through challenges in life, through circumstantial challenges, through my journey of sobriety. And it is one of the greatest gifts that I've received and one that I continue to learn from. So, take care.